The following program contains graphic images that may be disturbing. Parents are advised that these images may not be suitable for young children. Why?
Allow me to introduce you to SETI Alpha 5's only remaining indigenous life form. What do you think? They killed 20 of my people, including my beloved wife. Oh, not all at once. And not instantly, to be sure. You see, their young enter through the ears and wrap themselves around the cerebral cortex. This has the effect of rendering the victim extremely susceptible to suggestion. Later, as they grow, follows madness and death.
Khan, listen to me.
These are pets, of course. Not quite domesticated.
Khan, Captain Kirk was only doing his duty.
No.
I'm starting the segment off by warning you. The video you're about to see is not for the squeamish amongst us. It shows a parasitic worm crawled inside a boy's eye, clearly causing discomfort. So this is a 17-year-old boy from Mexico, ended up losing his sight after this parasite invaded the eye. The worm had been there for 3 weeks.
Adam?
Honey? Adam?
He's an unfamiliar host and they act differently. They'll migrate into weird places in your body, like nervous tissue. They get in your eyes and stuff.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Welcome, thank you for coming. Welcome to Lodge 49. I'm quite nervous. I don't do a lot of public speaking. But I think I'm supposed to picture you all naked. I'd like to start with a quote from the Rosary of the Philosophers. Wherever we have spoken openly, we have actually said nothing. But where we have written something in code and in pictures, we have concealed the truth.
Blaze, for Christ's sake, you've got something in your nose.
What? Oh. 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 Like the greatest orgasm of my life.
Illuminati!
Aryans and honorary Aryans, I am pleased to announce that the Vril Society has reported an increase in the flow of Vril energy. Since there has not yet been a reduction in the number of communists, this can only mean that there has been an increase in the number of fascists. Many of you do not understand the mechanics of this, which is why in tonight's transmission I shall briefly attempt to explain Vril. Vril is an invisible force that permeates everything and affects everything, from the smallest particle to the universe itself. Recently, your scientists have begun to realize its existence, and have dubbed it the rather appropriate name of dark energy. This term does not completely encompass what Vril is, but it is on the right track. This energy was sensed by our ancestors ever since the first Aryans walked the earth. For reasons that we do not understand, the Aryan race is particularly sensitive to Vril. Although I must note, and this is important, not every Aryan is attuned to Vril, and some non-Aryans are. For example, the Japanese people have frequent Vril attunements, although they have a different name for it, and it also affects them slightly differently. Vril was first fully described and given its name by a remarkable man named Edward Bulwer-Lytton in 1871. His book, titled Vril, The Coming Race, finally put to words what mystics and shamans had sensed for millennia, that there is an energy which itself cannot be seen, but which the effects of can be. It is much like gravity in this way. For daring to print this forbidden knowledge, Mr. Lytton was struck down 2 years after publishing The Coming Race, but it was too late. Events had been set into motion that would lead to the formation of the Vril Society and alter the face of the emerging Reich. This in turn would lead to the rise of the Black Sun, the construction of Base 211, and the eventual resistance to the communist madness which we all now face. Very few people can perceive Vril without training, and this is because it has been with you since you were first conceived. trait of all life on Earth that living creatures eventually learn to ignore any stimuli to which they are constantly exposed. You have never not known Vril, and so you cannot define it. Fortunately, it is a law of physics that for every action there is an equal but opposite reaction. Thus, as Vril affects you, you affect Vril, meaning that it can be harnessed and weaponized. So, you ask, how does this affect me? And when do I gain paranormal abilities? My friends, it should not be about those things, because that level of Vril attunement is exceedingly rare. The Reich had decades and all of Europe to search for such individuals, and by the end of the war had not even found enough to fully staff Base 211. This does not mean that you are an inferior person. Far from it. Be grateful that your body does not have to endure the excruciating transformations that that level of Vril will induce.
Speaker Ryan, it's the anniversary of the president being elected. How do you think he's doing?
Well, what do you mean? He's great. We're doing great. A lot of people judge him and just see the negative. People don't know how great the president can be behind closed doors. They don't get to see all his good qualities.
Uh-huh. And is that semen on your black eye?
Oh, no, I tripped on a doorknob.
Heard at the top of the program that the former president lashed out again at Republican Senator Mitt Romney, among others, during his CPAC speech last night. But Senator Romney was busy dealing with a bigger problem, one that caused him to go to the hospital. CNN's Ryan Nobles joins us. So what happened?
Well, today Senator Romney came back to Washington, Anderson, and he was visibly beat up, a black eye, several cuts to his lips, and he told reporters that it came after a fall with his children in Boston over the weekend. Romney said that the fall was serious enough that he was knocked unconscious and had to be taken to the hospital. He was given a number of stitches from his eyebrow all the way through his eyelid, but he said he's doing okay. He was not admitted to the hospital, did not have to stay overnight. He was eventually released. But you can see the remnants of this accident all over his face. As I said before, he was beat up pretty bad.
I'm angry at fear. I don't like fear. Fear tolerated is faith contaminated. You see what I'm saying? You're afraid of nothing. But
transformations that are not always welcome.
I know I'd go from rags to riches if you would only say you care. And though my pocket may be empty, I'd be a millionaire. My clothes may still be torn and tattered, but in my heart I'd be a king. Your love is all that ever mattered. It's everything. Hold me and kiss me and tell me you're mine evermore. Must I forever be a beggar whose golden dreams will not come true? Or will I go from rags to riches? My fate is up to you. must I forever be a beggar whose golden dreams will not come true? Or will I go from rags to riches? My fate is up to you.
For you, Vril can serve a far more practical purpose by empowering you. Vril is leadership and inspiration and drive. It can push you forward when everything else seeks to drag you back.
Generals gathered in their masses, just like witches at black masses. Evil minds that plot destruction, sorcerer of death's construction. In the fields of bodies burning, as the war machine keeps turning. Death and hatred to mankind, poisoning their brainwashed minds.
All Lords will bow to the first order and will remain
it electrifies a room with your very presence. The Führer could not move objects with his mind. Il Duce was not telepathic. But who can deny the sheer majesty these men possessed and the fanatical devotion they inspired? You see, high emotional states empower one with Vril, which is why the Vril Society so expertly utilizes the power of desire, and why every fascist empire obsesses over grandeur. These things create high emotional states, which increase Vril, which in turn heightens the emotional state, and so on in an upward spiral. This explains the increase in Vril that we have detected, the recent networking of fascist groups, and the heroic actions of a lone wolf have awakened a devastating force.
Day down! Day down! Day down! Day down!
And the people sinned a great sin, for they had made them a god of gold.
सगुणों की नादा ईश्वर क्या बने तू पहले बने इंसान कर्म कांटों से नहीं मिलता भगवान चमत्कार नहीं दुनिया में तो मानव सेवा ही तुझसे नीतिबद्ध है मानव सेवा ही तुझसे नीतिबद्ध है तू बुद्ध है तू.
People in Thailand worshiping the likeness of Trump. And the strange thing about this is, yeah, I haven't hit the strange thing yet. The strange thing about this is that the people over there, they have a temple that looks like a UFO.
Coronavirus has nothing to do with diarrhea. Lay off the toilet paper.
Illuminati!